What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. This is me cleaning out the interior of the flooded 240sx. I didn't get to do exactly everything I wanted in this video just because it's been raining in San Diego for like the past 2 months. On and off, the interior hasn't been able to dry out completely, so it's just been little bits of work that I've been able to do. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I don't know if I'm tripping. Kind of smells burnt in here. Oh hell no, look at all this water right here. The freaking center console is hella full of water. What the frick? So I've been working on the 240 a bit, just removing some stuff. We got the glove box out, we got the center console out, the little side sills, whatever they are, ECU bin out. Everything is pretty much right here. Right, you see right there, you see that line right there? I'm pretty sure that's how high the water went into the car. This completely, oh man, it's so dirty under here. I really just want to tear the entire car apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this seat, try to remove the carpet. Interior has been almost completely stripped down. Got the carpet out, seats out, rear seats, and they're drying out in front of the house. But I'm gonna leave the car like this for right now since I don't have any more time to keep working on it. Back in the 240, and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down all of the affected area with 91% isopropyl alcohol. That's what I was recommended in the Facebook forums or groups. They just said go ahead and clean out as much as you can with alcohol, and that should remove any dirt, any corrosive material and stuff like that, to prevent any rusting in the chassis. So let's get to wiping down. Some shocking discoveries. As you can see, all of this is pretty much just bent in, dented in, and I removed a piece. It's freaking Bondo. So someone tried to fix this with Bondo, and I mean, I didn't see any of these because this was covered with the door seal and then the carpet. So, and then if we look over here, we do have some rusting. And I remember watching a video and some guy was repairing this. So when I was watching that video, I was kind of hoping my car didn't have this, but of course it has some rust. The car is already not in the best condition, nor will it ever be in the best condition. So to me, it just looks like almost like starting over, like a clean slate, working with what I got and making it the best that I can possibly do. Also, these cars are like 30-year-old cars now, so rust is just, it's just inevitable. So I don't know, we proceed. I'm starting to realize that there's a lot more dirt than I expected in here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pause this for now, and later on come out with the vacuum up as much dirt as I possibly can, and then hit it with the isopropyl alcohol onto the next day. It has stopped raining for once, and so I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum up as much of the leftover debris. I used a stiff brush adapter with the vacuum, and it made light work of this. After the vacuum, we did get a lot of dirt out, but all of this pretty much just needs to get wiped down now with the rubbing alcohol. Hopefully it looks a lot cleaner. Wiped down this side. It all still looks very dirty. All of that is just like all of the like caulking that they would use around the car. But anyways, you can see there's like a bunch of just little surface rust right here. And someone on the Facebook forums ended up telling me that it might be a good idea to just end up removing all of our original sound deadening material on the entire car, which is something I didn't want to do, especially looking at it right now. I'm like, man, it would be nice to just keep this a little bit less work for me. But you know, seeing this right here, it's really tempting me to just completely take apart this interior and just kind of go through it, make sure everything looks okay under the sound deadening, just to be sure. I did it all already on the Civic, so I kind of know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have an idea of what I can do. Still got a little bit more cleaning to do, but that's basically all I wanted to do for today. Alrighty, back to the 240. But one thing I did want to point out was, so this is the door panel. This is where the water line was at for the flood. I guess you can almost see like a very faint line going up to here. So that's how high the water went inside the vehicle. So it's pretty much where the center console was at, like right on top of it. That's why there was water in the center console. Obviously seats got wet, they're actually drying out. Not that many smells inside the vehicle, but we still got a lot of work to do. So because the water line went up that high, we see that on the fuse box, I really can't tell how high the water went up, but I know some of it went up because those little tabs down there look kind of muddy. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to attempt to remove this one, which I believe is a body computer type of thing. I'm going to try to remove the fuse box, and I'm going to remove this little computer to attempt to dry them out before I try to connect the battery and start the vehicle up. I'm going to start out with this. I don't know what this is, but some type of something passive belt or whatever. Niles Japan, and in Japan or whatever. But we're gonna start out with this, and we're gonna remove the harness. Got this one and this one. Just try to leave that to the side as much as we can. And we have this bolt, and this bolt, and that should remove this. Put the bolts back in just so I don't lose it, or you can use a Ziploc bag. Next one is this little body module or body control, whatever it is. This one goes right here. This is the bolt for it, and this is the plug for it. Like computer stuff inside, it looks clean. These little pins, none of them look corroded yet. Last is our fuse box. I tried to remove the fuse box. So there's one bolt up here and this bolt right here, and you can pull it out, but I'm pretty sure it's just attached to the harness. So I'm not gonna be able to remove this out completely. So what I think I'm gonna do with the fuse box, I'll just leave it here. It should be okay. It's dried off enough. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and remove each fuse, replace it, add dielectric grease, and then install them, and fuse box should be okay. I'm hoping for the best. In order to clean all these little modules and the covers, I will be using isopropyl alcohol. It will evaporate on its own, and it prevents future corrosion. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this all down the best I possibly can and hope for the best. This goes for this module and our ECU that's been sitting in rice. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but this one is definitely more dirty. I don't know if it's corroded, but you can definitely see the mud remaining on that little chip. Some mud over here in these little valleys. So I'm gonna really have to clean this one out. And this one was sitting flat on the car, so obviously the water sat on this instead of the other module, which was like that. All the water could have probably just drained out since the plug was like this. But this one, yeah. So this also gives me hope with the ECU, that the ECU probably drained out as well and didn't get this dirty. After wiping it down with some alcohol, so you can see it looks a lot cleaner. It's been a hectic month and a half since the year started, so I didn't get too far as I wanted to on the 240, but that's just how life is, whatever. And honestly, finding out all those little things that I have found out with the 240, it made me feel a lot better that the car got flooded. I don't feel as bad just because it's not in the best condition, or it's not on the pedestal that I thought that it was, if that makes sense. So honestly, the car can only get better from here as long as I want to put the work for it. So yeah, I don't know if the next video will be a 241, but if it is, it'll most likely be the maintenance work in the engine bay just while I wait for the interior to finish up drying up. So I don't know, stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless. Chale ganitas.